Hi you guys, thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I'm going to be showing you how to add extra flavor to a basic pizza crust recipe. So in this bowl I have a half cup of milk and a half cup of water that I put in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. When it came out, I added a teaspoon or two of sugar. Actually, I think I did a whole tablespoon. With the sugar, you can use either white or brown sugar. I've tried both. They're both of them basically do the same. The brown sugar has a little bit of a maple flavor. And you put a couple of teaspoons of dry yeast into that mixture and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. I stir it up a little bit just once and let it sit for 15 minutes, and you'll see that it creates this foamy consistency, which means that it is activated and it's good yeast. If it doesn't do this, you need to throw it out and find some yeast that actually works. So yeah, okay, so the next step is to add the ingredients for the not the pie crust, but the pizza crust. So next I'm going to add 2.5 cups of flour. Alright, and then to that I'm going to add a couple of shakes of pepper, and then I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of oil. I've tried olive oil and butter, and actually it's really good if you can add like a teaspoon of each. It just adds a lot of flavor. I like the taste of butter. So here is where you can add a lot of flavor. So here's a secret ingredient. Instead of adding salt to your pizza crust, I substitute that for onion soup mix. And if you usually put 1 teaspoon of salt in your pizza crust, which is usually what the recipe calls, you would put 2 teaspoons. And in this case, I'm actually going to use the entire packet. So that came out to like about 3 tablespoons. So that's what I'm using. Okay, so to that, the next thing that you want to add is Italian seasoning. So for the Italian seasoning, you can add a half of a teaspoon or a teaspoon, just depending on how flavorful that you like it. I'm thinking, like, if you want to get creative, use any kind of herb that you like. You don't have to be the same cookie cutter pizza crust every time. So I am actually doing a combination of rosemary and basil today. So I've got probably a half a teaspoon of each, and that's what I'm going to use. So this is really the basic recipe for the pizza crust. So now I'm going to blend it, and when this is finished, if you want to check out my other video, I have a really good butter, garlic, Parmesan cheese spread that I put on the pizza after the pizza crust after it's cooked. Or actually you can put it on before you put it in the oven. So this cooks at 450 degrees in the oven for about 10 minutes. And yeah, so check out my other video and I'll show you the garlic butter Parmesan spread that I'm going to use next.